But again, if you work, I don't know if you guys were into any modern United Nations, but Wikipedia is never considered as a true source of information, like because anybody can edit.
The thing is that I also used to think that हमें teachers ने भी बोला था कि don't consider Wikipedia as it is peer reviewed and the information on there is by the public, for the public.
Yeah.
But the thing is that makes it more secure in a way.
No, it makes it more gullible to be vulnerable and. You know,
I mean, if you hack the system, if you go in, put a misinformation.
Yeah.
There is a chance that someone else notices it and corrects it.
But again, chances are what are the odds?
I mean, they're working very well. You go to Wikipedia for information, not for your college projects, but if you want to know something, you go to Wikipedia. And it's a very unbelievable thing that it's working so well. You would think that the first chance they get, they would manipulate the information.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite the fact that Wikipedia is how I guess for people and people taking off of it, just like a democratic system. Let's just say
it's a socialistic
system. But again, if you just come to a point, like if I search something, let's just say like many people would have done by now, I search DeFi. So the first link that is offered to me on Google, that is 99% of the chances that I use to search.
It's Wikipedia.
It's Wikipedia. I mean, if not Wikipedia, there are other websites offering you definitions quoted by famous people in the space. I mean, if there is this person telling you who's a PhD scholar in a particular field, and he quotes something out of, he says that, I have 10 years, a decade of experience in this field, I'm a PhD holder, I'm a doctor of economics, and according to me, DeFi means this, and a website shows that, versus someone who just watched a video on YouTube and just, likewise communicates that video in a text format. Which one would be more accurate, more precise, more, trustable?
I mean, the information that Wikipedia gets, I mean, there are a lot of educated people who do that also.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know who did that, but there are...
It's an assumption to assume.
There are checks and balances in Wikipedia as well.
Yeah.
So, if an information gets manipulated over time, for example, let's say an article has been edited for like 3-4 times in the last few days. So Wikipedia has an algorithm working behind it that catches that, and they do their best to not have misinformation on their platform.
Yeah.
The thing I'm trying to say is, the thing works. It's working right now in front of our eyes.
Yeah, it is working, but just like when you go to Wikipedia, there is always an option to edit. I mean, that's
and you have to know HTML and CSS, and you have to have the knowledge to do that. You have to go to the back end and edit. You can't just change the article.
That way. I just thought that a text box will open up and you just type in like an MS Word. So I just make Lionel Messi the second best player of the world. Very convenient. Convenience. This is technology.
No. You have to go to the back end. You have to know HTML to change that. It's not just any John Doe can do it, but it's not like no one can do it. We can do it.
Yeah.
I can go.
It's pretty much attainable.
But they take your information. Who are you? They have checks and balances. They'll see what the information
IP address.
is. Yeah. So they know. And India mein misinformation is a trend now. So you might get caught.
If there is this article which is leaned towards a particular, let's just say, ideology, or not just ideology but a particular opinion. Okay, ideology is very politically
but
a very political term. So let's just say like there is a law case study which says that this criminal hasn't done anything wrong, and there are 50% people who believe the notion otherwise, that he has done wrong. He has done something wrong. So when we talk about this opinion imbalance, and then there is this person who goes on to Wikipedia and actually frames the entire article on a basis of his opinion, right, which favors or caters just the 50% of the people. right, and the other 50% disagree to it. So, and then they editing it again. I mean, then comes checks and balances in the play. So this fight again.
That is the beauty, right?
Are you nuts?
So let me
really want to make people.
Let me give a counter to that. Let's say a person is inclined towards one of his own opinion, and he's an expert in the field. Let's just say he's a journalist. He puts on an article that goes on Google independently. He puts on an article in let's say a newspaper or any publishing website.
Yeah.
When you're looking for that, when you Google to do your own research, you get that article, and that article is fixed.
Yeah.
He's published it, and no one can change that.
Yeah.
If he goes on Wikipedia and his intention is that this opinion should go out as a Wikipedia knowledge,
Yeah.
there is someone out there who has, say, a counter opinion or maybe a centrist opinion, which is like taking both sides into account.
Yeah.
That person goes on there and corrects it. So one person doesn't have the stronghold to spread out information. Someone will check it. As compared to just one person giving out his information, whether it's misinformation or not. You can't change that. But some person who has better knowledge or better foresight as to what happened and what can happen, that person can correct any misinformation, and that is what I mean by like checks and balances.
Yeah.
So doesn't that make it a little more reliable? That
now, yeah, if you're talking about just information aspect of it, right?
Yeah.